Alrighty, hello everyone. I have just got the smart light bulbs off of Amazon that came with the lamps, and I got two of them. Sadly, I did have to get them from different buyers, so each of the light bulbs in the lamps were different, but they both worked on the same app. And one remote would turn both of the lamps on. And today I'm going to show you how to only hook up one remote to the lamp you want. The first step you're going to do is you're going to unplug both your lamps, because I had both of mine plugged in where one remote would work for both. And what you're going to do is that you're going to go to your lamp that you want. I got this one. You're going to go to the cord, because on the instructions it says to hold the power button while turning on the light, which I would think would be the footstep down there. Turn it on. It does not mean that. It took me an hour to figure this out. So what it is that you're going to reset your lights so that it doesn't work with one remote. So you're going to take that cord down there, and you're going to plug the lamp in and out a few times. Then you're going to leave it be unplugged. Okay? After you leave it unplugged, you're going to take your remote that came with the lamp. Okay? You're going to hold this power button in the whole time. Okay? You're then going to have it face towards your light bulb the whole time again while doing this, and you're going to plug in your power cord. It should, after that fact, while you still hold it for another 8 to 10 seconds, the light should start flashing. If it doesn't, you redo the steps. I had to do mine about 2 or 3 times for one of my lamps, and then it slowly starts flashing. It is very noticeable, so you don't have to worry about that. And then it hooked up to that remote only. Now, you don't want, because I had to do this as well, to have this lamp plugged in and working while you do your other one. Because if you do your other one, it could accidentally hook up to this one again. So what you're going to do after this one's hooked up, you're going to leave it on for a minute or two so it stays synced, and then you're going to unplug the cord and leave the remote that you just did out by the lamp. The next thing you're going to do while that one is unplugged, you're going to do the same thing over again. You're going to get your lamp, which I got mine already hooked up. You're going to turn it off, obviously with the remote, and then you are going to unplug the cord and plug it back in a few times, resetting the lamp. And then you're going to, again, hold in your power button while facing towards the lamp. And you're going to plug in the cord again. And while your remote is still facing towards the lamp, it should flicker. Not fast, it's very slow, should be something like this. Not completely off, but it will still be very noticeable. Okay? That will demonstrate that the sync is complete. And you will notice it will no longer be hooked up for one remote to 2 lamps. So if I turn this one on with the living room run off, I turn it on, and the living room run should no longer turn on with one remote, as you can see. That is how you work with the smart light bulbs with these remotes. The old ones, that would be like the LED light strips, are a different process, and they have different buttons. I don't have the package for my other light bulb, for the one in the living room. I do have this one, that was the one in my bedroom. But they both hook up. Surprisingly, if you look at it, this one says Brighturn app. It also works with the Z-Gauge app, Zeggae, which is surprising. They both work on the same app, though. If you want a little bit more flexibility on your app, though, I would suggest the Brightturn one, because that one allows you to do music and some other stuff. It also allows you to rename them more easily. But now you can tell, see, it doesn't turn on. This is the one for the room. But the one in the living room works perfect. Now that is all. I wouldn't believe there'd be any other questions. And that will be it. That is how you pair your remotes to a single light in the house. Bye-bye.